Hello, I thought that we would take a look at the subject matter of games. Now, normally that would mean rescuing a damsel in distress from a castle or collecting items to escape from a dungeon. Yeah, we've seen it, done it. But what about a different subject matter, eh? To the learned and distinguished here, that would be games about Ovis Aries. But to the likes of me, sheep! You may not think that sheep are the subject matter of many games, so why don't you bad people, I'm sorry, I couldn't resist, join me in putting on your special wellies, breathing in that fine farmyard fresh air, and helping me get the flock out of here by looking at some of these. Right, so first off we got all the way back to 1983. Now this was actually a commercial release from Virgin Games called Sheep Walk, not Sleepwalk, I nearly said Sleepwalk there. Sheep Walk on the ZX Spectrum. By cracky, you can tell it's an early release, can't you? Just look at how slow that is drawing the game there. Obviously, never played this game before in my life, but to be honest with you, the further I got on, I did quite enjoy this. I did quite get into this. You start off with 9 sheep, and you've got to get them into the pen in the centre of the screen, and I ended up getting 6 of them in there. The other 3 drowned in the river, mind, but not a bad start, not a bad start. And then just a year later, in 1984, we see Jeff Minter's Mayhem from Llamasoft, Sheep in Space, on the Commodore 64. Oh my goodness, what absolute mayhem. There's no doubting in my mind that Jeff Minter was a fantastic programmer, but I have absolutely not a clue what I'm doing on this one. And now for the Commodore Amiga. Yeah, you did not escape, you got a sheep game as well. This one's called Sheep Shooter from 1996, Atomic Revelations release game. I couldn't find a cover art for this, I do apologise. The game probably speaks for itself. And now on to the more modern ones. I do like I'm referring to this as more modern. This was released in 2000 on the PlayStation 1 from Empire. Of course, this would not be complete without having a look at Sheep, where you have this sheep herding dog, where you've got to get your sheep across a level through many traps, avoiding traps, collecting things. Very decent looking game. Only a year later, in 2001, Infogrames released Sheep, Dog and Wolf on the PS1 and on other platforms as well. This is a Looney Tunes licensed game, which absolutely looks gorgeous, where you're Wile E. Coyote and you're trying to steal sheep. Except in my case, I'm not, because I'm rubbish. And then let's bring things right up to date from last year, 2024. Gabriel Amor released Sheepish for the ZX Spectrum, a single screen platformer type game where you have to run around stealing sheep under the eyes of the dog. And quite often there's more than one dog on each screen as your levels progress. Then you've got to get up to the arrow where you drop the sheep into the van at the bottom of the screen, and then you've got to get yourself into that van on the bottom as well. Simple wraparound screen, left and right, up and down, top and bottom, that sort of thing. Fantastic gameplay, love this game. And you may not believe it, but there are others, there are plenty of others that I haven't looked at. There's a game on the PlayStation 1 called Jamalami, or something like that. It's a rhythm-based game, and oh good grief, no. I could not get my head around that one at all. And then there's an MSX game called Pretty Sheep. I simply don't look at that one. And that's it from me, so thank you very much for joining me on this look at the sheep-based games. See you soon.